5D, retro, whatever you'd like to call it. Are these games just lazy game design, just incredibly basic, cheap even game design, and they make a game instantly unplayable and quote unquote trash? Keep watching to find out. Some good examples of pixel art games that did moderately well include titles such as Minecraft, Stardew Valley, and very recently Vampire Survivors. These games were loved by many players out there, and they were all created in that pixel art retro format, with the entire Minecraft brand being worth more than $1 billion. There are pants, there are hats, there are cups, there are toys. There's probably even some sort of Minecraft mobile out there. There is absolutely anything and everything made with the Minecraft brand, and people love it. There are a lot of genuine players out there who love Minecraft, love everything about it, and that entire pixel art style doesn't bother them one bit. However, just because something is big, popular, and sells incredibly well doesn't exactly make it good. Use McDonald's as an example. Are you eating a Big Mac every meal 3 times a day? I didn't really think so. Or maybe you are, and in which case it's time to get just that little bit healthier. But we all are who we are, and we like what we like. Then we have a game like Vampire Survivors. Now this game did exceptionally well and was only selling for $5, and it sold in excess of more than 400,000 copies. They must be doing something well if there are so many people willing to spend money, buy it and play it. Now Vampire Survivors is reminiscent of 8-bit games from the 80s and the 90s. It sounds like one and it looks like one, in a time before 3D was ever invented. Now this game was of course made just by a single person in their bedroom and is the definition of a bedroom title. Personally, I find this game extremely hideous and ugly to look at. The sounds and the music that the game uses incredibly annoying, incredibly irritating, and essentially just an insult to gaming. But of course many people out there disagree, as this thing sold in excess of 400,000 copies. So you gotta be doing something right. Finally, we have Stardew Valley, which they like to claim they sold more than 30 million copies. No one believes that. I think that's an absolutely fake number. They may have sold a few million, but I don't think they got anywhere close to 30 million. But hey, it sounds pretty impressive, doesn't it? With this title going for the 16 or 32-bit era, I'm not too sure, and I don't think it really matters. But this game, it doesn't look too bad, the music isn't too bad, but it's just generally not a game for me. This is the sort of game that Cerveza Cristal. Cerveza that you'd normally find on some sort of Nintendo console. This is a Nintendo game. This is definitely designed for a younger gamer, not necessarily a PC gamer that has an RTX graphics card. It's the sort of game that you'd play on your mobile phone while waiting in an elevator. And for me, I'd rather be playing a game that takes it to the extreme, that takes it to the max, uses a nice i5 processor, uses an RTX card, and really goes to that next level. I don't think anyone ever has said that Stardew Valley blew their mind. Now, all of these games were originally made by a single person. They may have expanded out, maybe added in a couple of more, but they're all single person bedroom titles that did incredibly well for what they are, with of course Minecraft taking over the world. And personally, I just avoid anything pixel art because all of the titles are usually rather childish and designed for a much younger audience, although I'm sure much older people enjoy them as well, but they're usually not very challenging and more often than not just annoying. Now, my personal level for entry into what I consider to be good graphics, worth your time and worthwhile for your typical gamer is something like Risk of Rain 2, which does the minimalist level but is still very much using a 3-dimensional world. Although the 3D is simple, it still works well. The art style they went with works incredibly well with the gameplay, and it fits the level of the gameplay. Risk of Rain is a somewhat basic game and it has somewhat basic graphics, but this game still has enough effects, it still has enough going on that it justifies my time and gives me a rich, fulfilling experience, whereas pixel art games do not even come close. with Risk of Rain, I think, being made by 3 to 5 people, which may still classify it as a bedroom game, just a few bedrooms. With a recent title, Lethal Company, being extremely entry-level 3-dimensional, but that game sucked, that game was awful, it looked ugly, it played bad, but it did moderately well, and has nothing really to do with the gameplay, but merely just providing shock reactions for social media. So there you go, that's my personal opinion from someone that doesn't like retro games, that doesn't like pixel art. That is how we think. Well, I avoid 95% of anything pixel art or retro because I know it's going to be basic, it's going to be simple, it's going to be very child friendly, the sound almost always sucks, I hate the sound, and just why am I playing a game that was designed to be played like 20 years ago when we have 3D technology? You can go out there and purchase an entry-level graphics card for $100 used, and you can play just about any current, relevant, good quality 3D game. Why are we playing these titles from 20 years ago? I'm not sure, but people do what they do.